and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. I'm starting this channel because I want to share my love of nature with others. I'm a big hiker and backpacker. Those are two of my favorite hobbies, and that's really going to be the main focus of this channel. And later on in this video, I'm going to have an announcement about my upcoming adventure. Now, I'm not an outdoor expert by any stretch of the imagination. This channel is not going to have a lot of how-tos or tutorials. I'm not going to be teaching how to forage for wild edibles. I just hike for me. I hike because I enjoy it. I like that it keeps me in pretty decent physical shape, but I also like what it does for my emotional well-being. I call my hiking days my mental health days. So, like most people, there are things in my life that create stress and monopolize my time. I have a full-time job. I teach junior high, and I have a family to take care of. Now, my husband is incredibly supportive and very helpful. He can be a bit of a worrywart, but that's natural. And we also have two boys. My older son has developed a love of nature like mine. I'd like to think that he got that from me because he's been hiking with me since he was 3 years old, like really hiking on his own 2 feet. We also have a younger son, and he does not hike. He's a special needs child, and he's confined to a wheelchair. Now, when he was really young, I did take him out hiking with us in a child carrier. And it wasn't long before he outgrew every child carrier on the market. And that's what tested my ingenuity, because I took one of my backpacking packs and I cut leg holes in the bottom so he could stick his legs through, and I carried him that way. And that worked out really well. He was really comfortable. It was a very secure way to carry him, even though he was larger. And he got to come hiking with us. And I continued to do that until he was about 10 or 12 years old. At that point, I couldn't manage his weight on the uneven terrain of the trails anymore, so I didn't feel like it was safe for either one of us. But he's one of the main reasons I'm starting this channel, because even though he can't come hiking with us anymore, he can still join in on my adventures virtually. So my trail name is Scrambles. And for those of you who don't know, scrambles are places in the trail that are really steep and generally rocky, and you need to climb them using both your hands and your feet. So my name comes from my love-hate relationship with those scrambles. You see, I have a pretty intense fear of heights, and some of those scrambles are pretty high up on a mountain or very exposed. And I probably seem overly dramatic to some people, but to me it looks like I'm going to fall to my doom. And my friends, when I would hike with them, would see me start to panic when I got to some of these scrambles. And they would ask me if I wanted to turn around. And I never did, because I was determined to conquer them and not let the fear get the best of me. So that's how I got my trail name, Scrambles. I said that this video was going to include an announcement. And most people recently have been announcing their through hikes of the Appalachian Trail. And while I would love to do that someday, my job and my family situation just don't allow for that kind of a time commitment right now. I've done little sections of it, but I'm not able to do an AT through hike at this time. So my current plan is to head out west and to hike the John Muir Trail. The JMT is in California. It's in the Sierra Nevada mountains. It runs 211 miles, starting in Yosemite National Park and ending at the top of Mount Whitney. Although with all the extra side miles I'll be doing, it'll be more like 250 miles. The trail is high in elevation. It spends most of its time above 10,000 feet and culminates on top of Mount Whitney, which is about 14,500 feet, making it the highest peak in the continental United States. There are between 8 and 11 mountain passes, depending on what you call a major mountain pass. And the trail traverses 5 different national wilderness areas. It's true high country wilderness backpacking. There are going to be limited resupply options, which means that I'm going to have to carry about 7 to 10 days worth of food at a time. It's going to be very remote. But because of the shorter length, it's only about 250 miles I'll be doing. It means that I can do it over the summer when I have time off. So clearly, I'm going to need to train some more for this expedition. But I've been wanting to do this trip for a very long time. I don't remember when I first heard about John Muir or the John Muir Trail, but I have a really distinct memory from a family vacation to Yosemite about 8 years ago. And we did a nice long day hike, my son and I. And I can remember partway through that hike coming across a sign for the John Muir Trail. And I just stopped dead and stared at it. And I just looked down the trail and wanted to follow it. You know, I knew that it was an amazing, remote, long-distance trail. And I've really it's gotten under my skin since then. And I've really, really wanted to do it since then. So I am super excited to go on this adventure. And I'm incredibly lucky that I was able to score a permit. You need a permit to backpack in the Sierra backcountry, and they are not easy to come by. So I was really lucky to have gotten one. And now that I have one, I'm making this official announcement. JMT 2022. I also want to send out a big thank you to Try and Stan the Man. The three of us are good friends and we've done a lot of hiking together. And I'm going to miss hiking with them while Try heals from her knee surgery and Stan the Man goes off to hike the AT this year. But honestly, if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't be starting this YouTube channel. Hiking with them meant that I sometimes ended up in the background of their YouTube videos, and that really helped me to push through my aversion to being on camera. TriTri is also going to help me learn how to edit and upload videos because I'm a little technologically challenged. Unlike my students who have easily picked up technology, I went to college at a time when I had to type all my papers on an electric typewriter. And if you made a mistake, you either got out the correction ribbon for a small mistake, or if it was a big mistake, you just ripped the paper out, crumpled it up, threw it away, and started again. So I definitely appreciate all of her help. And I am going to link both her channel and Stan the Man's channel in the description as soon as she shows me how to do that. As I prepare for my journey on the JMT, and I go on more training hikes over the next few months, I hope that you'll follow along. I hope that you'll subscribe. And I hope that you'll find the time to do the things that you like to do that are good for your well-being, as well as trying the things that challenge you to step outside your comfort zone. See you down the trail.